Hey guys, what's up? It is me again. So today I really wanted to do a eyebrow tutorial. I have really interesting, really uneven shaped eyebrows. So every day is an eyebrow challenge for me. I do sometimes tint my eyebrows. And today I did my first own waxing experience. I don't know if it actually went well or not, but hopefully they will grow back. So I wanted to give you guys a tutorial on how I do my eyebrows and how I figure out where I want my arches and the ends of my eyebrows to go, etc, etc. So let's just jump on into the tutorial. I'm going to zoom you guys in close so you can see what I'm doing very close up instead of the blurry background. And let's go. So here is my face really close up. You can see all my freaking pores. And yeah, this is my favorite brow, actually. I just like the way it naturally is shaped. There's a lot more like front little fun hairs, and the tail is usually better off than this side. This side's just a little bit more straight, and this definitely has a little bit more arch, so it's a lot easier to work with. So I'm going to be using Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbow Promade, whatever you want to call it, and this is in the shade Soft Brown. I used to use the shade Blonde for a while, but because my roots have been growing in really dark, I just like the shade Soft Brown, and I like a little bit of a stronger brow, so that's why I use a darker clear. And then I will usually use some Inglot drops as well. Gel. And then I only use 2 more brushes after that. So when I went into the Anastasia, when I went into the Sephora store, the first time I ever bought any brow products, I ended up running in, and because Anastasia Beverly Hills just came out at the time, this was years ago, they only had like a limited supply of some things, and that's when I picked up Blonde. And then I was just rushing to get out of there because it was so crowded, and I went to get the angled spoolie brush that they sell. I think it's number 18, and I ended up getting the flat side to carve out underneath your eyebrow instead. And I used that for a while, but I really didn't like how it turned out. I still use the spoolie because who doesn't love a really good spoolie? But I use a really crusty right now Bobbi Brown. This is called an eye definer. I guess, it's kind of defining my eye. And I just use this, and this has a little bit more of the point to it when I get all the products on it, and it gets really thin. So these are, I only use 4 products in total. So these 2 brushes, my Dipbow, and my Duraline. So what I do is, because this stuff is really heavy duty, I'll take this, I'll open her up. It has a little dropper in it. I'll just pick up a little bit, and then I only do that. That's it. Side. Just turn it into some liquid. Spread it out, and then I'll scrape it off onto the side just so I get a really nice point going on there. And then I'll take my spoolie and just brush up my brow hairs, just so there's not any tangles, or they're all as one together. And I'm just looking into a little mirror here today. Usually I have a giant magnifying mirror, and I'll sit up really close to it and try and get super in there. So I'm looking into my mirror here, and I'm just gonna go, the parts of defining your eyebrows is you want the first little thing here, your arch, where your iris is, the center of your iris, and then your wing is the last part of your nose and your lashes. So 3, 2, 1. And then the same thing on the other eye. And eyebrows are definitely sisters and not twins, at least 100,000,000% in my world. So we're gonna start here with the front of our brow. And I'm just gonna really softly start to make a line at the bottom of the front of our brow. Like so. And then we softly keep going. And because I have this weird gap right about here, I have to be really careful on filling it in and not over drawing it down or up too high so that it creates a really nice line. And what I'll do, if I do have shaky hands, so I'll rest my pinky along on my cheekbone as I'm doing out my line here, just because it creates a stabilizer and it's just a lot easier to make sure, and stuff like that happens all the time in my world. So we're just gonna keep going. And then we're gonna take our spoolie and we're just gonna flick it out of there. No problem. And we're gonna keep going. And we're just doing small little strokes here. And I usually like to build up the middle right here as where I'm going before anything else, just so I can really start to define the front of my eyebrow and make sure that it's going in the direction that I want it to. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit more product, and then we're going to start at the top of our brow. Make some more small lines here. And I'm starting to define my arch. Slowly working my way back up. And I'm just gonna curve down. Line the party down the street. And that is the start slash middle, we'll call it the middle of how I do my brows. So right now we have a little bit of the front, not too much, there's not really much going on besides that line that we're going to clean up. I filled in the middle, and now we're going to end our tail here. So we really want to take what's left of this middle line and really thin it out and connect it. And I didn't mean to do that. So now we're taking our brush again. I didn't pick up anything else. Resting it on my cheekbone here. And I'm kind of pointing my brush down, if you will. So it's here, and I'm bringing my brush from downwards, not up. Or I mean, it is up, but I'm pointing my bristles down. That makes any sense. So, and then just connecting it all. I'm going to pick up a little bit more Promade to clean everything up here. And then I'm just going to fill in this little top gap here because there wasn't enough. So I extended my brow a little bit further. than where my eyelashes end, but it's almost about right. It's not too far off. It's a little long. So now I'm just coming back in to the top of my brow, making sure I didn't miss any patches in the front of my brow. And then I'm going to take my brush here and kind of work backwards, starting to flick these front hairs up, and just from where this line is, just simply drag that product up. And then I'm going to take my spoolie again and just brush up, creating a really nice gradient effect. And then I'm going to run through the rest of my brow. And that is one brow done. So here you can really see the difference between these brows. And now let's do the other one. So these are my brows. This one's really long today. It's alright. It's okay brow. This one I'm feeling actually a little bit more. It's not as long as the other one. Let me zoom you out. So with my brows, some days they are really good and I really like how they turn out. Some days they're just okay, like today. They're not like my most favorite brows ever, but I don't know why my brows change. My eyebrows literally don't move on my face, but the way I do them each day kind of changes, which is fine, and I really don't mind it, because some days they're like freaking great, and like, yes, they can cut somebody. Woohoo. But yeah, if I really don't like them, I'll just take them off and I'll restart my makeup, which is a really long process because, as you guys know, and as other people know, brows actually take forever unless you're blessed with some really good brows, and I'm not. So I like to film my when I do my makeup. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this talk through of my brows and brow shape. Leave any comments and or if you guys, how you guys do your brows below. And I will see you guys on the next one. Yeah. Bye.